The phenomenon of red, a deadly substance combination of dimethanol, has gained notoriety through a social media trend like Wonim red.
The new trend the devil is using is by conscientizing the youth to feel that the new way of life is to stick to red. Gone were the days where we started from tramadol abuse, and then there came a time we started using helmets. They said there was a drug called Rapinol, there was another one called Shocker, and then we moved into another drug called Kush. And then, that's a long time ago. And today, the new drug in town is red. And we're making a fancy out of it.
And the movement of a drug-free future for our young people across the country. Today, we gather not just to launch a campaign, but to ignite a movement that we are all involved in, a movement that will go a long way to benefit many, those born and unborn, a movement that many years down the line will be very thankful we started. And I think a round of applause needs to go out to the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment for seeing it as possible to officially kick off this campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not so occupied, please, a round of applause. And a huge thank you to the presence of members of the fraternity which will be working together to execute this incredible campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Minister of Interior, Honorable Ebenezer Telabi. He's also the MP of the Lower Manya Provo. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for him as he gives us a small wave. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. As well, also acknowledging the presence of a gentleman whose agency will be directly involved in ensuring that red and mean stop is something that the entire Ghana will get behind. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of the NYA, the National Youth Authority, Honorable Osman Yariga. Thank you so much, sir. Decked out in red, he really means business and is here to do just that as well. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Director General for the Narcotics Control Commission, Mr. Alexander Chumberman, is also here with us. Thank you so much, sir, for making it. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And as well, acknowledging the president, but we'll get into a few quick messages as well and acknowledging them as we go. And we'll start off, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with a message from the Deputy Minister of Interior, Mr. Ebenezer Telabi, also the MP for Lower Manye Provo. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Deputy Minister. First and foremost, actually, we'll start off with an institution tasked with ensuring that this menace is
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today to represent the Heritage Commission. We live in our team, and we all believe that today the youth development industry alongside the YA are taking a bold step on something that is really worth sitting down there watching some of the videos that they are showing. It's quite a step, but it will be too surprised to me looking at where I'm coming from. Because my end, we get these cases almost every day. And the sad part of it is that there are people who know very well the dangers as this red, as we put it, is causing to our youth. Unfortunately, because of business, unfortunately, because of money, they are poised to continue trading in this. But as an entity or an agency mandated by law to ensure that we eradicate this from the system, I can assure you that we are ready to fight. We have an intelligence unit who are on the ground almost every day, fishing out persons who are trading in this in various pharmacies or licensed chemical shops, among others, those who are importing. That's about a week or so ago. Myself, the Director General, and the Minister of Health, alongside the Customs, among others, were at the port because a full container load of bread had been imported into the country. And the notion was that it was transiting to Nigeria. But you and I know very well that most of the time, that would be the caption. And then they find themselves directly or indirectly back into the system. And for that reason, that container was seized at the port. And as we do when we see certain things, we ensure that they are all destroyed. The country will not be a transit point for illicit drugs, even though that is what some people intend to do. But we can assure you that we will not permit that thing to be happening in this country. The President is one alongside the agency task force and the executive, who is mandated to ensure that we get these things out of the system. We know the effect of this. The dose of it is causing deaths. Thousands of lives have been lost, and many are affected by the addictions of this. I'm sure most of you were surprised looking at what you were seeing. Someone can, I don't know whether it's a slow motion or something. Because of these things. Sadly, those who are into it are not looking at the effect or the negative effect of it. Rather, they are thinking about the financial benefits of it. We can't afford to remain passive in the face of this crisis. The abuse of the bread is not just a public health issue. It is a societal issue that impacts on the face of our communities. From our youth to our elders, no one is immune from the dangers that this bread poses. For that reason, without much to say, I can assure the Youth Employment Agency, or YE, alongside my brother, and NYE also, alongside my brother who is, he's in, okay. Alongside my brother who is the Minister for Youth Development, that the Narcotic Control Commission is right behind you. We are always ready, we are ever ready to assist you to clamp down on this, drug has become the cancer, or that even become one, and seriously affecting our youth in the universities, the youth outside the universities, among others. So with this, I would say that congratulations for commencing this activity. You told me what you intend to do next, and I can assure you that we are ready to do it. Thank you very much.
Let's another one of applause, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, for now we'll move on to our next speaker, a gentleman who this falls directly within his purview. He's going to be leading the charge in many ways and ensuring that red meat stop infiltrates every home, every school, every organization, and together we'll ensure a drug-free future for all our young ones. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a man decked out in red to show he means business. The CEO of the National Youth Authority, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Osman Ayariga.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I remember, and I went to a very humble primary school. And I remember our primary rhymes that when you see the traffic lights, there is something you do. Red means stop, yellow means green means go. And you are going to we are here today because the drug called red has become an issue and young people are being abused in very large quantities. And if we do not stop the abuse. And if you do not fight it now, then we are going to spend more in fighting or more in trying to rehabilitate many young people who would have destroyed themselves as a result of this substance abuse. We all know in many jurisdictions that the fight against any drug abuse or the fight against any drug abuse has never been a walk in the park. We have seen in other countries how they fought other drug substances, talk about opium, etc., etc. At the point it becomes a war between the government and the drug cartels. We do not want this red substance found on our shores and our land to get to such levels or such heights. We want to congratulate the Minister for Youth Empowerment and Development for taking a bold step with the National Youth Authority, which is mandated for youth development, youth empowerment, and making sure we turn out responsible youth in this country. We are aware of the fight ahead and the task ahead. We will fight consumers, we will fight suppliers, we will fight intermediaries, and if possible, we will even fight manufacturers. And we do not underestimate their might, but we are ready for this fight. And we are ready to stop the youth from this substance abuse. Drug abuse starts as a joke. They tell you when you're sad, try it. When you are happy, try it. When you are in between being sad and being happy, still try it. So there's always a reason why you should try any drug or any substance. So we are calling on the youth of Ghana that this campaign will not stop just by the launching of the media fight, but we will come to your institutions, we will be in your churches, we will be in the mosque, we will be at the marketplaces to educate you and let you understand the dangers that you are walking into. We're also calling on international agencies and international bodies that this fight is not just a fight for the Ghanaian, but it's a fight that global entities, international bodies who are interested in building responsible citizens and responsible youth to get involved, because we cannot fight this fight together. So I'm hereby calling on international agencies to come on board and help us to fight this red substance. On this note, I want to once again congratulate the Honorable Minister for taking such a bold step, and we, his lieutenants and the authorities and other youth agencies, NGOs, civil societies, we are more than ready. And we are ready to fight this drug abuse. We are ready to fight red, because the red we know means what? Stop. Red is not something that should be consumed. Red is not something that will make you happy. Red is not something that will make you sad. Red is something that will kill you. Let us make sure we do not kill ourselves. Ghana needs you. The youth needs you. The world needs you. Red doesn't need you. Thank you very much.
A very poignant message we're putting out to the entire country to let them know that red truly means stop. Now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, also to say a few words in solidarity, we have the CEO of the Youth Employment Agency, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Malik Basintale.
Thank you very much, AG, very good friend and sister. Standing up for this good cause. Not here to give a speech, and as AG rightly put it, I'm going to share a few words and then bind to my house to that of my very good brother, Osman Ayaga, together with our supervisor minister, take steps and resolving this menace. When Osman was speaking, he gave us some sort of history about this, and that is where red meant stop, yellow meant get ready, and green meant go. And then I realized that some of the drugs were green instead of red. And when you could project that, I saw them in colors. Some were red, some were white, some are green. So I wasn't really pleased by anyway saying the green ones are the red ones. The drug government we should stop. But I mean, just give an example, because the new trend the devil is using is by conscientizing the youth to feel that the new way of life is to stick to red. Gone were the days where we started from tramadol abuse, and then there came a time we started using helmets. They said there was a drug called Rapinol, there was another one called Shocker, and then we moved into another drug called Kush, and then that was a long time ago. And today the new drug in town is red, and we're making a fancy out of it. And so let me thank Osman Ayerga for taking this bold step, the CEO of NYA, and together with the supervisor minister for taking steps in helping us resolve this cancer. Our fight against diabetes is as important as our fight against red. And most often we feel that we should focus our energies on what is being done in the bush. We should focus our energies on robbery cases on the streets, and the real enemies in our houses, the real enemies on the street. I'm highly impressed with him because I'm losing many of my men through drug abuse. And if we don't take steps to resolve the cancer, sooner than later, all our future generations is gone. There will be no future there for us. Mr. Minister, I don't have to promise you our support because you have directed our support and we will avail ourselves. I'll be with Osman in the ghettos, I'll be with him on the streets, and the only thing I can assure him is the full support of the 5K men and the 3K men. And when we get there, we shall do the great thing. To conclude with, myself, I feel that this is a fight for my future. This is a fight for the youth of this country. And this is a fight for our nation, Ghana. And we shall fight it head on till the last man drug abuse is salvaged and is brought back to life. Thank you very much.
Very powerful messages coming in, and we'll continue with one of our key partners as well, the Country Director for AGRA, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Betty Allen. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Honorable Minister, Honorable Deputy Ministers, Honorable hearing present, heads of institutions, good morning. We at AGRA, we aspire to build alliances required to drive an inclusive and cultural transformation across Africa. Through our partnership with the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment, we believe that we can create an equitable, youth-friendly environment that will harness the dividend of youth and the country and facilitate employment opportunities. However, this cannot be possible if the youth is not healthy and sound. And we know that dealing with drug abuse or substance abuse is complex and provides a lot of challenges. And especially for a country like Ghana, this is not going to be an easy road. But we want to take this opportunity to wish the ministry and all partners involved in this fight a great success, not only in this campaign, but in the fight against red. Red is strong, and we are ready to work with the ministry to ensure that this menace is addressed. Thank you. Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, all honorable ministers present, development partners, traditional rulers, civil society organizations, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from my CEO, Dr. Mrs. Phyllis, who would have loved to be here, but is engaged in another equally important national assignment and has pledged her support to this all-important fight of bread being stolen, and has asked that I read the statement on their behalf. On behalf of the Food and Drugs Authority Ghana, we extend our appreciation to the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment for convening this gathering to address the pressing issue of drug abuse, particularly the emerging concerns surrounding tramadol and tapentadol and emerging substances such as bread. As the regulatory body responsible for safeguarding public health, as well as ensuring the safety and efficacy of drugs in Ghana, the FDA is committed to addressing the issues through stringent regulatory measures and collaborative efforts with stakeholders. The global opioid crisis has extended to West Africa with reports of increasing abuse of substances such as fentanyl, tapentadol, pethidine, and tramadol, which we call bread on the streets. In recent years, studies have highlighted a tramadol crisis in the sub-region, characterized by an alarming use of drugs among the youthful population, often linked to physical, psychological, and economic hardship. Tramadol, like other opioids, carries alarming health risks, combining tapentadol with depressants like alcohol, which is normally the case. Now it's multi-substance use by the youth, and other opioids, leads to life-threatening respiratory depression, sometimes resulting in fatalities like coma and eventually death. Opioid misuse causes physical and mental dependence, exacerbating the already challenging socio-economic conditions faced by many Ghanaian youth. The FDA is involved in various activities aimed at promoting the responsible use of controlled substances whilst preventing diversion or abuse. And these include the enforcement and surveillance, public awareness campaigns, which we routinely do in churches, mosques, public transport terminals, in all schools, and have a music video translated in all languages that we will have to engage you so that we use on the platforms that Ministry of Youth and Employment will be using. Then we do a lot of media engagements and collaborations with all stakeholders gathered here. In conclusion, we remain steadfast in our commitment to protecting public health and ensuring safety of all regulated products in Ghana. And we appreciate youth-led partnerships such as this, congratulates the ministry, and welcomes other similar initiatives from like-minded agencies, and promise and hereby commit to stop bread now. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, colleagues, members of the Development Committee, representatives of law enforcement agencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, as local president was saying. Good morning. It is an honor to stand before you today at this critical moment in our nation's fight against drug abuse. The launch of the Ghana Against Drugs, GAT in brackets, Red Means Stop campaign is a defining step in our collective effort to protect the future of our youth and our country. Ghana, like many nations faced with the growing challenge of drug and substance abuse, especially among the youth. Mr. Minister, this calls for an urgent attention. Not just an attention, but action. Recent studies, colleagues, have revealed alarming statistics that underscore the urgency of our mission. A study conducted among adolescents in 9 senior high schools in the Northern region found that 62.3% had used an illicit substance at least once in their life, with 6.2% reporting smoking, 5% consuming alcohol, and 62.3% using other illicit drugs. These figures highlight the pervasive nature of substance abuse among our students and the need for immediate intervention. Ladies and gentlemen, furthermore, the emergence of dangerous drug combinations poses a significant threat to our youth. The phenomenon of red, a deadly substance combination of gabapentin, has gained notoriety through a social media trend like Wonim red. Wonim red. This trend, while seemingly innocuous, reflects a grim reality where our young people are exposed to substances that can lead to severe health consequences, including seizures, respiratory issues. The Ministry of Health has indicated that, and even death. The theme, Red Means Stop, is a clarion call to every Ghanaian, young and old, to take a stand against drug abuse. We must ensure that our youth understand the dangers of substance abuse and resist peer pressure. Make informed decisions that will secure their future. This campaign is not just about awareness, it's about action, as I said earlier. The Ministry of Interior, in collaboration with the Narcotic Control Commission, law enforcement agencies, educational institutions, religious bodies, and civil society organizations, will intensify public education, strengthen enforcement, and provide support for rehabilitation and reintegration programs. But we cannot do this alone. We need a media, parents, teachers, community leaders, and young people themselves to champion this cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I commend the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment for this initiative, and I assure him and the partners that my ministry and its relevant agencies will support the program as it goes out. To the youth of Ghana, I urge you, your future is bright and your potential is limitless. Say no to drugs. Drug use is addictive and can ruin your life. It destroys dreams, derails destinies, and brings untold suffering to individuals and families. Choose life, choose progress, choose a future free from substance abuse. Together, let us make Ghana a country where drug abuse is rejected, where dreams are protected, and where our youth can thrive in a healthy and safe environment. Thank you very much, and may the good Lord bless our nation, Ghana. Thank you.